Synagogue. When I brought up the 3.5 years that I got off social media. One, to study Hebrew and the word. But right before, I say it was right before the pandemic. The because I stopped, I got off the internet and social media right in 2019. So 2019, 2020, 21, 22. No, I take that back. I got off in at the pandemic. 2020, 21, 22, 23. I wasn't online. But in 2019, the whole year, from January to December, one of my main hashtags and main quotes that I was posting at that time was "Don't be controlled by the algorithm." I kept posting that, and everybody probably thought that was back when people was calling me crazy and all kind of shit. However, I kept saying, "Don't be controlled by the algorithm. Don't be controlled by the algorithm. Don't be controlled by the algorithm." And everybody dismissed it. That's why I be prefacing shit. That's why. Cause I be having like this clairvoyance, and it's not me coming from a narcissistic or arrogant place. I'm just going off the experience. I say something and boom. I think something, then boom. And I don't even be trying. But I was telling y'all in 2019, don't be controlled by the algorithm. Now, let's see why I was saying that. We're gonna bring it back up to today. What is an algorithm? An algorithm is simply a step-by-step set of instructions. A set of instructions. Once again, an algorithm is a set of instructions used to solve a problem or to complete a task. So, an algorithm is a step by step set of instructions used to solve a problem or complete a task. An algorithm is a finite sequence of clear, logical steps designed to accomplish a specific goal or produce an output. Designed to accomplish a specific goal or produce an output. The key features of an algorithm are clear and unambiguous. Each step is easy to understand, finite. It must end at some point. The input, it starts with some information. The input starts with some information. The input of an algorithm starts with information. The output of an algorithm produces a result. So the input of an algorithm starts with information. No matter where the information is coming from, no matter if the information is true or false, good or evil, it doesn't matter. The input of an algorithm starts with the information that you give it. And the output of an algorithm is what that information produces a result. The effectiveness of the input output is that each step must be doable. So, whether it's good or evil, moral or immoral, righteous or unrighteous, each step must be doable. And the input starts with the information that's doable. Synagogue. All right, we getting into the meat and potatoes. We getting into the meat and potatoes, the food for thought. This next section of episode 5, have humans become socially inept? We are entering the section pardon me, how algorithms influence social media and narcissism. Once again, this section of episode 5, Convo with Kenny, have humans become socially inept? How algorithms influence social media and narcissism. Are you ready to find out how algorithms influence social media and narcissism? Well, here we go. I hope your headphones are in real tight and your earbuds is fitting, and I hope your volume is up, because here we go. Algorithms decide what content gets seen. Once again, algorithms decide what content gets seen. So don't get mad at that friend who didn't see that invite to your party and didn't show up. And you're mad because you think he's a disloyal friend. You think she is a hater because she didn't show up to your party. Well, guess what? The algorithm decides what content gets seen. So just because you posted it on Facebook doesn't mean everyone saw it. Once again, how algorithms influence social media and narcissism. Algorithms decide who gets attention. So, young man, young lady, boost your self esteem, hold your chin up, poke your chest out. The algorithm decides who gets attention. It's not you. You did nothing wrong. Continue to be your authentic self. The algorithm decides who gets attention. Do you understand? Don't fall for the trick. And like I was saying years ago, don't be controlled by the algorithm. Guess what else the algorithm decides? It decides what goes viral. So, looking for that viral smash hit, waiting for that viral video, keep waiting. Because if the algorithm doesn't like your behavior, if you're too positive and you're too righteous and you're a good person, the algorithm doesn't like you. So it's going to decide that none of your content will go viral. Do you understand? It's not you, it's the algorithm. And guess what else the algorithm decides? The algorithm decides what styles of behavior get rewarded. Isn't that something? Did you know that the algorithm decides what behavior gets rewarded? Because of this, social media doesn't just reflect behavior. Here's the kicker, it shapes it. Yes, the algorithm shapes the behavior of social media. Hence the dumbass challenges and stupid ass TikTok dances. The algorithm is shaping that behavior. And one of the strongest behaviors that the algorithm shapes, guess what it is? Narcissism. Get the fuck out of here. You don't say. Yes, the algorithm strongest behaviors that it shapes is narcissism. Number 1, the algorithm rewards attention-seeking behavior. It rewards it. Social media algorithms measure likes, comments, shares, watch time, clicks, reactions, and profile visits. The more engagement something gets, the more the algorithm boosts it. This means the algorithm pushes extreme opinions. Yes, my grinders and grindettes, the algorithm pushes extreme opinions. The algorithm also pushes drama. The algorithm pushes hypersexual content. The algorithm pushes bragging. The algorithm pushes anger. The algorithm pushes controversy. The algorithm pushes shocking videos. And the algorithm pushes vanity centered posts. So, once again, what does the algorithm advocate and push forward to the top of your feed? Extreme opinions, drama, hypersexual content, bragging, anger, controversy, shocking videos, and vanity centered posts. All low vibration, fodder, fuck shit. Yeah, that's what the algorithm pushes. I'm pretty sure you could think of most of the content you watch that you engage in is centered around extreme opinions, drama, hypersexual content, bragging, anger, controversy, shocking, and vanity centered. That's what you're attracted to. That's what the algorithm keeps feeding you. So you have no choice. And then guess what happens? Your behavior becomes shaped by extreme opinions, drama, hypersexual content, bragging, anger, controversy, shock value, and vanity centered. And everyone wonders why the men and women relations of society are at an all time level of putrid fodder, fuckery, bullshit. It's crass what society is producing at this point. And these behaviors line up exactly with narcissistic traits. The system literally promotes narcissism for more engagement. The algorithm trains people to perform, not to be themselves. Once again, the algorithm trains people to perform, not to be themselves. Before algorithms, people posted what they liked. After algorithms, people post what gets attention. I repeat, before algorithms, people posted what they liked. After algorithms, people post what gets attention. Attention. People post what gets attention, whether they like it or not. That shift creates curated personas. I repeat, curated personas, inflated self image, exaggerated lifestyle presentation. I repeat, exaggerated lifestyle presentation, constant self comparison. People are suffering from main character syndrome. That means it's a mental health issue. Main character syndrome. And needing validation from strangers? You don't know these people. And you need validation from strangers? I thought we weren't supposed to talk to strangers. Now we need validation from strangers? Wow. This algorithm induced narcissism. This is algorithm induced narcissism. With this algorithm induced narcissism, people begin to treat life like a stage. I repeat, people begin to treat life like a stage, like this is the Truman Show. Every moment becomes content. Every achievement becomes a flex. Every achievement? Every achievement is a flex. Gosh almighty, talk about it. Narcissistic traits that algorithms amplify. Grandiosity. So the algorithm amplifies grandiosity, posting only the best angles, the best moments, the best outfits, the best vacations, the best achievements. The fuck out of here. Life ain't that best for everybody. Come on, man. The next narcissistic trait that the algorithm amplifies is admiration seeking, being addicted to likes, views, and comments. Do you know anyone that's addicted to likes, views, and comments? I'm pretty sure you do. It might be you, yourself, and you. What else the algorithm amplifies is a lack of genuine connection. A lack of genuine connection. Superficial interactions replace deep relationships when you have a lack of genuine connection. The next trait that the algorithm amplify is superiority complex. Superiority complex, people compare follower counts like status symbols. Like status symbols. Follower counts. Where they do that at? Social media. The next would be validation addiction. You can be addicted to seeking validation and receiving validation. Your self worth becomes tied to engagement numbers. Your whole self worth as a human being is connected to engagement numbers on a social media site. I'm going to pray for you. The next would be envy and competition. That's where the trolls come in. They envy you and they secretly competing with you. The feeling of inferior if someone else's life looks better than yours. How many people do you know suffering from that? Are you suffering from that? Do you look at other people's photos with the crunchy face? Huh? Do you have the bitter beer face when you're looking at other people's posts? Hmm? Your face look like you smell like somebody farted. And all you doing is scrolling Facebook. Face frowned all up. All of this is algorithm driven psychology. It's not natural behavior. Not at all. The algorithm creates a narcissistic supply chain. Did you know that? In clinical psychology, narcissists seek admiration, validation, attention, praise, and social media algorithms deliver all four. All four: admiration, validation, attention, and praise. This creates the perfect environment for narcissistic traits to grow. Guess what? Even in people who weren't narcissistic before. So, hence why so many people from my generation and the baby boomer generation and prior, you would think that they're Generation Zs and millennials. It's digital conditioning. I repeat, it's digital conditioning. Wow. Digital conditioning. And then don't add filters, AI editing, and image perfection. This increases self objectification because the algorithms prioritize. Guess what they prioritize? Did you know this? The algorithm prioritizes clear skin. Yep. The algorithm knows if you have clear skin or not. It also prioritizes attractive faces. The faces that the algorithm deems to be attractive. So if the algorithm think you ugly, it's not promoting your post. The algorithm also promotes and prioritizes perfect body types. So if you a short dude and skinny, not promoting you. If you a BBW woman, it's not promoting you. The algorithm only promotes perfect bodies. Guess what else the algorithm promotes? High color visuals. So you need a lot of effects and a lot of filters. High color visuals. 4K, 5K. Make you go spend your money on all them iPhones. So your pictures have high color visuals. Yeah, that's what the algorithm promotes. Make you go buy that iPhone. And it also prioritizes symmetrical compositions. This pushes people towards beauty filters, heavy editing, unrealistic standards, obsession with appearance, and treating themselves as products. I repeat, this pushes people towards beauty filters, heavy editing, unrealistic standards, obsession with appearance, treating themselves as products. This is a breeding ground for appearance based narcissism. And creators, I'm a creator, we got to watch out as well. Because creators become narcissistic without realizing it. Because the algorithm rewards look at me content, flexing, drama, self branding, personal storytelling, and shock value. So, all my content creators, podcasters, everyone out there, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, are you getting your ego stroked as a content creator because the algorithm has rewarded you for some look at me content? Has the algorithm rewarded you for flexing, Mr. Podcaster? Has the algorithm rewarded you for drama, Mr. Personality that goes to each podcast doing interviews, getting paid 5,000 or better an interview because you bring nothing but drama? Hmm? Content creators, has the algorithm rewarded you for self-branding? Hmm? Oh, got that good heartfelt testimony, right? Has the algorithm rewarded you for personal storytelling on your podcast? Hmm? Or are you just saying all kind of crazy shit out your mouth for shock value to get that algorithm reward? Is that what you're doing? You content creator, you creators gradually shift into constant self-promotion, exaggerated confidence, an addiction to visibility, an inflated sense of importance, and competitive comparison. Hey, podcaster, photographer, videographer, are you competing with somebody and they don't even know it? Are you watching and trolling someone else's moves because you're being competitive and comparing yourself to them because they're a content creator and you're a content creator? You better watch out for that algorithm. It's got you fucked up. This is called algorithmic narcissism. It's trained, reinforced, normalized, and the key word that everyone's trying to do is monetized. Yeah. Parasocial relationships amplify self importance. Algorithms connect creators to audiences who treat them like celebrities, influencers, inspiration figures, and relationship substitutes. This gives normal people a sense of fame, central importance, entitlement, and all symptoms of narcissistic ego inflation. Social media turns everyday moments into performances. The algorithm values content frequency, so people feel pressure to constantly post, maintain image, stay relevant, manufacture excitement, and overshare for engagement. Once again, this frequency pressures people to constantly post, maintain image, stay relevant, manufacture excitement, and overshare for engagement. This leads to a lifestyle of performing for the algorithm and not living for yourself. This performance of self is a hallmark of narcissistic development. To sum it all up, people, the algorithm is a narcissistic pipeline. Algorithm rewards engagement, extreme self centered behavior gets pushed, and users imitate rewarded behavior, and social norms shift towards narcissism. And then the culture becomes hyper individualistic and validation addicted. Social media did not just reflect narcissism, it amplified, monetized, and normalized it. Synagogue! All right, grinders and grinders, the last section of episode 5. Have humans become socially inept? This next section is titled, What is a feedback loop? A feedback loop is a cycle where the output of a system is fed back into the system as input, which then influences future outputs. I repeat, a feedback loop is a cycle where the output of a system algorithm, the output is fed back into the algorithm system as input, which then influences future outputs. So a feedback loop is when your actions create results, and those results then influence your next actions. There are two types of feedback loops. You have a positive feedback loop and a negative feedback loop. A positive feedback loop strengthens or increases the original effect. For example, you post a picture, you get lots of likes. You feel good, you post more pictures. You get even more likes, you post even more. The behavior will keep intensifying. Negative feedback loops, it stabilizes behavior. This loop reduces or corrects the original effect to bring things back into balance. You understand? It brings things back into balance. Social media and narcissism are an example of the perfect feedback loop. The social media creates a positive feedback loop. You post something, the algorithm gives likes and views. You feel validated. You post more content that gets attention, and the algorithm rewards you more. You become addicted to the validation. Self image becomes tied to engagement. This is how narcissism grows. The behavior reinforces itself and amplifies over time. Now, the negative feedback loop of this same social media example will help put your behavior back in check and help you realize who you really are. Because you could post something and the algorithm will give you no likes and views. And instead of you feeling validated, you feel deflated, you feel defeated, you feel inferior. So what do? At that moment, you might not post again. Or you might post more content seeking to get the validation that you once got. But either way, after you get deflated, then you have to take time to face reality. You're not who you think you are. That was just one post, one moment, the perfect storm. You were out of town. You were around palm trees, or maybe you took a picture with a celebrity. Either way, that next post where you get no likes and views, it deflates you and it puts you back in check. So sometimes negative feedback loops are helpful to balance you the fuck back out. A feedback loop is a repeating cycle where cause and effect feed into each other, either amplifying a positive loop or stabilizing a negative loop. It's all a process. Synagogue! Well, in conclusion to episode 5, Convo with Kenny, Have Humans Become Socially Inept? I appreciate y'all for sticking through to the end. I hope you learned something. I hope you are not socially inept. And if you have learned that you are socially inept, I implore you, take some time off. Go cold turkey. Unplug from the matrix. Go back to painting and drawing and walking barefoot in your backyard and going to the park, swinging on the swing. Act like it's the pandemic all over again. Ground yourself. Because this algorithm, it is an agenda and it is against you. And now you know it's not promoting humanity. It's not. So, all of the influencers and podcasters that seem to be living this great life and monetizing off the internet, pay attention to what they're doing and pay attention. They're agents. They're being used to promote low vibration amongst humanity. And because they get some YouTube checks, they're okay. But pay attention to the behavior of men and women. Pay attention to the relations of men and women, parent and child. All you got to do is read Revelations and look outside. That's what the algorithm is helping create. We've been in the last days, but this here, this like the days of Noah. What he said? What did it say? Nobody was righteous. It was just like, it's bad when you got men trying to sleep with angels. So we it's pretty bad. So once again, episode 5 is now in the books. Convo with Kenny. Have humans become socially inept? Subscribe to the channel or don't, because I really don't care. I just hope one person can hear this message and actually make a change. I do not care. I am not controlled by the algorithm. I am a creator because my creator created me to create and have dominion. So I will walk with power, might, and dominion, whether on the internet or off the internet, whether on social media or off social media. And that's why most of the time when you're in my presence, people are shocked to see I am the same person in real life that I am on social media. Nothing changes. I am who I am. I walk how I walk. This is not pretend. I've been outside before outside was outside. I've been OT before OT was called OT. And I've been lit back when it was called off the hook. So, this is nothing new to me. It's Kenny Breadwork of the Breadwork Network. Work that subscribe button. It won't make your head hurt. We work for our bread so that our bread works for us. And that's something that me and you ain't got to discuss. Synagogue.
What's, wins, and wheres, plus the hows and the whys is there. Questions, no answers. Answers, no questions. The who's, what's, when's, and where's. Plus the hows and the why's is there. Questions, no answers.